Did you know there's a royal icing that dries in just 5 minutes? Meet Chocolate Royal Icing, a creamy chocolatey game changer inspired by a Starbucks cookie that's faster, tastier, and absolutely magical. All right, let's kick things off with the outlining icing. First, grab 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and toss them into your candy melting pot. Trust me, semi-sweet is the way to go. Not too sweet, not too bitter. Next, add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. This stuff is magic for getting that silky, smooth finish. Don't skip it unless you like wrestling with chunky chocolate. If you're like, what's a candy melting pot? Don't sweat it. You can totally use a microwave. Just check out my other video where I show you how to melt chocolate without turning it into a science experiment. Turn your melting pot on high and stir the chocolate with a small silicone spatula. Keep stirring like you're mixing a potion, because you kind of are. Once everything is smooth and glossy, it's time to prep your piping bag. Grab a tall glass, pop a piping bag inside, and fold the edges over the rim. Pour the chocolate into the bag, give it a little shake to get rid of air bubbles, twist the end, and tie a knot. Boom! You're now ready to outline like a pro. If your chocolate royal icing turns out too thick and doesn't flow well, don't panic. Simply add a tiny bit more coconut oil, about 1/4 teaspoon at a time, and mix thoroughly until you reach the right consistency. Remember, it's easier to add more than to take it out, so go slow. On the flip side, if your icing is too thin and runny, melt a small handful of additional chocolate chips and stir them in gradually. This will thicken it up without compromising the smooth texture. Just keep stirring until everything is perfectly blended and ready to use. Now, onto the fun part, the flooding icing. This one's a bit thinner, so it flows perfectly over the cookie surface. Start by tossing 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips into your clean candy melting pot. Next, add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Turn the pot on high and stir until it's nice and smooth. I hope you're loving the process of mastering chocolate royal icing as much as I do. If you're enjoying this recipe, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss any of my sweet decorating adventures. Do you have a go-to icing technique or a favorite way to decorate cookies? Maybe a family tradition or a special tip you'd love to share? I'd be thrilled to hear about it in the comments below. Let's swap ideas and keep the creativity flowing. Here on my channel, I bring together my love for food photography and baking, inviting you into my kitchen to celebrate the joy of creating beautiful and delicious treats. From capturing picture-perfect cookies to crafting fun recipes like this one, I hope you feel inspired to decorate something amazing too. Thanks for joining me. Let's turn these cookies into edible masterpieces. I use royal icing piping bags for all my decorating, but if you don't have one on hand, a small Ziploc bag works as a great alternative. Just fill it with icing, seal it tightly, and snip a small corner to create a makeshift piping bag. Royal icing piping bags are a baker's best friend, and honestly, I can't imagine decorating cookies without them. These bags are typically made from thinner, more flexible plastic, which makes them easy to handle and perfect for intricate designs. The softer material molds effortlessly to your hand, giving you maximum control as you work. They're lightweight, yet durable enough to hold thick royal icing, and you can cut the tip to customize the size of the opening for outlining, flooding, or creating fine details. My favorite part? I can simply tie a knot at the end to close the bag, fast and simple. What I love most about piping bags is their versatility and convenience. Need a thin line for delicate outlines? Just snip a tiny bit off the tip. Working on flooding cookies? Cut a slightly larger opening for a steady flow. If you make a mistake or need a different size, you can easily grab another bag and start fresh, no stress. Plus, disposable piping bags make cleanup a breeze. Just use, toss, and you're done. For me, the control they offer is unmatched. The flexible plastic lets you adjust the pressure perfectly, so it feels like you're drawing directly on the cookie. I also love how easy it is to prep multiple bags with different icing colors and consistencies. It keeps everything organized and lets you focus on the fun part, decorating. Whether you're working on simple designs or intricate patterns, piping bags give you the precision and flexibility you need to bring your cookie creations to life. And no, I'm not obsessed with them, but I may or may not have several sizes secretly stashed all over my kitchen. Okay, let's dive into the cookies. I'm working with sugar cookies shaped like pandas today. Why pandas? Well, my daughter is obsessed with them right now, and let's be honest, they're ridiculously cute. If you want to know how to bake perfect sugar cookies, I have a whole other video for that. Just in case your cookies usually look like blobs. One quick tip, I always wear disposable vinyl gloves when decorating. It keeps things food safe and lets me move faster. Plus, no sticky fingers. Highly recommend. Here's my pro tip. Use 2 piping bags, a small one for outlining and a bigger one for flooding. And because chocolate has a mind of its own and hardens quickly, I keep my icing bags warm by placing them on a heating pad covered with parchment paper. Yes, I baby my chocolate, but it's worth it. Now for the fun part, decorating. This is where the cookies really come to life. Start with your outlining bag. Cut a tiny bit off the tip and carefully trace the outline of your cookie design. For me, that's adorable panda faces. I mean, who doesn't love a cute panda? Here's a little tip. If the opening feels too small and the icing isn't flowing smoothly, just snip a bit more off the tip. But don't stress if you accidentally cut it too big, we've all been there. Just transfer the icing to a new bag and start fresh. Easy fix. Chocolate Royal Icing has an intriguing history. It likely started as a creative twist on traditional royal icing, with bakers adding cocoa powder to give it a rich, chocolatey flavor while maintaining the smooth, glossy finish. Over time, the concept evolved, and at some point it became even simpler and more luxurious: melted chocolate combined with a touch of coconut oil. This change likely came about as bakers sought easier, quicker ways to achieve that creamy, chocolatey magic with ingredients already in their pantry. The coconut oil not only added a subtle sheen, but also helped the chocolate set faster, making it perfect for decorating cookies with minimal waiting time. For me, my obsession with Chocolate Royal Icing started by pure chance. Over a decade ago, I tried a holiday cookie from Starbucks, expecting the usual sugary royal icing. But to my surprise, the icing was creamy, chocolatey, and dried so quickly, something I'd never experienced before. It was such a delightful twist that it completely changed how I thought about decorating cookies. Now, it's a staple in my holiday baking routine. It's perfect for decorating cookies without the 48-hour drying time of classic royal icing, and it adds such a rich flavor that even plain cookies taste extra special. Honestly, it's been a game changer for me, and I'm so excited to share this little baking gem with you. Once your outlines are done, grab your flooding bag, cut a slightly larger tip this time, and begin flooding the cookie from the edges inward. I like to give the cookies a gentle tap on the table to help the icing settle evenly, kind of like a little icing massage. If you notice any gaps or stubborn air bubbles, a toothpick or needle tool is your best friend here. Just swirl it gently to fill in the spaces and pop those bubbles. It's all about patience and enjoying the process, because decorating is where the fun and creativity really happens. Here's the deal with Chocolate Royal Icing. It dries fast, like really fast. That's one of the main reasons I started using it instead of classic royal icing. Don't get me wrong, classic royal icing is beautiful, but it can take up to 48 hours for flooded cookies to fully dry. Let's be real, who has that kind of time? Especially during the busy holiday season. With Chocolate Royal Icing, I can decorate, dry, and package my cookies all in the same day. It's a total game changer for anyone who loves decorating but doesn't want to play the waiting game. After decorating, place your cookies on a tray in a single layer and pop them into the fridge for about 5 minutes to speed up the drying process. If you're not in a rush, you can leave them on the counter for about 60 minutes to let the icing set naturally. Once they're dry, I highly recommend putting each cookie in a self-sealable plastic bag. Not only does this keep your cookies safe from heat, moisture, and sticky fingers, but it also gives them a polished, professional look, perfect for gifting or cookie swaps. If you want more details on how to bag and seal cookies like a pro, I've got a separate video that walks you through the process, step by step. Trust me, this simple extra step makes a world of difference, and your beautifully decorated cookies will stay fresh and flawless for days. It's a must-do if you're planning to give them as gifts. And that's a wrap. You've just mastered chocolate royal icing and decorated some of the cutest cookies ever. Seriously, look at those. Chocolate icing is a bit of a diva when it comes to heat, so be sure to handle your creations with care. Keep them cool and out of direct sunlight to maintain that perfect finish. Now, if you're curious about trying classic royal icing instead, I've got you covered. It's a totally different vibe. Less creamy, more crisp, and just as fun to work with. Check out my next video where I'll walk you through how to make the perfect classic white royal icing step by step. Whether you're decorating cookies for a holiday party, gifting, or just because you'll have all the tools you need to create stunning designs. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a like if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel for more baking inspiration, and tap that bell so you never miss a new upload. I've got tons of sweet ideas coming your way, and I'd love for you to join me on this baking adventure. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Happy baking!